it does say something that Aurora got to pick their opponent.
Yes, sir.
And won't match the wager. And the beef is out there, listed as B tier. Ah, I love it.
Unbelievable.
I mean, not betting has to still be a statement. So, all right, now that we're in playoffs, I mean, Mongols want to do what they usually do.
Yes, sir.
And win. But we saw Aurora play their last series, and they looked fantastic.
Yes.
Now let's see if they can do it on land.
That's the question, right? And do it over top of a team that's not still just cobbling themselves together. It's a real deal matchup here for Aurora. The Mongols lie in wait. Spam down middle. Smoke gets the T's close. They'll take up tunnels. And we've got this majority A-lean going for the Mongols out of the gate.
Same map, same teams. Fully loaded with Xantares in the lineup.
Ooh, insta-gush. You've got Senzu down with nothing. Blitz tries to cheat through CT smoke, hits the headshot, but Woxic's good cover up close. And you hear that last player stomping over, so just cookie cutter clean. Slicing straight through middle into that B bomb site. The insta-gush really sends a message here to Mongols. And we get Aurora taking it in the pistol.
The last game we saw, it was actually Jota, Wicadia that were standout on both of the first two. They were just incredible, actually. And what was amazing about it was they were playing sites together, getting all their kills. And the only reason that Xantares and Woxic weren't getting more kills is because like the rounds weren't coming towards them. So I think we didn't even see a fully tapped in Aurora. We just saw like every single piece of the puzzle play well enough. And I had no questions about, I didn't feel like Jota and Wicadia were carrying Xantares and Woxic. They just so happened to get the kills. So I think today versus the Mongols, they're going to need everybody to contribute a lot more to be able to take this upset. And it feels like it might be possible.
You get a scout duel down middle to kick this one off. Double scouts in play for the Mongols. Second one on Mzinho. 910 jumps up. Xantares very cautious on the approach. Got wind of that one, so from a pistol win to a 5v4 looking for the conversion. Players still Xbox in a bit of a tricky spot. How the hell is Techno going to pull anything off? He's got the cover of the scout above him, but that frag grenade just exposes enough of him, and it's a teammate's nade as well. Blitz just kind of threw him into the wolf pack. And so the Aurora conversion's looking mighty fine until Blitz finally gets a little impact going. But we get that insta-double flash out through the doors. We get the position taken by Aurora, just Madger on this side of it. What if Blitz re-engages here? What if Blitz catches him on his own?
Kind of too hard to stop. Oh, yeah, they just have so much control. Really well done here from Aurora, all the movement, everything, taking down the peaks off of Cat, and then Mzinho's just got a scout. I mean, he's going to look for a duel if he can find it, but I think it's definitely fun for both these teams to play the same maps. It does take the edge off when it comes to prep. I think you can focus more on your aim, which will create some more better late rounds and more fun rounds. There'll be a lot of counterplay. And again, I mean, these guys were basically fighting to figure out who was the best gatekeeper of Tier 1. Like, and I think that can really make you hate each other because you want to be so much better than the other guy. But for half a year, they were basically on the exact same level, which was just get into playoffs and then get out.
My thoughts at the start of this year were honestly that there was only going to be space in, say, the top 5, top 8 for one of them. And they just so continuously kept it rolling side by side that I thought, oh, damn, maybe they will knock out 2 other gatekeepers and both pick up that mantle. Now, we know that hasn't been the case. We know that Aurora haven't touched the peaks of a major grand finals like Mongols. And you can chalk it up to, again, some outside of the server problems with Xantares.
Yeah, like if they pick up now, then we will because they didn't have Xantares. So
super understandable struggles.
Mongols didn't have Senzu. It wouldn't even count, right? The time wouldn't count.
Would not count. But you know,
I find it actually so impressive that they looked so good right away. Because I'd be like, I'd even be willing to give them a little bit of time to on-ramp them again and get back into a good place. But I feel like Maui's exactly right about they just like time management. You know, like a lot of stuff that happened last season, it felt like stress related. I mean, the amount of travel,
100%.
like just they were entering every tournament. That's not easy. Don't let that happen again. I don't hear any
M4.
tweets about feeling like a zombie.
Full flash. And the M4 fires off, so suddenly Xantera's a little more cautious about it. You know he's happy to duel. It's Xantera's at the end of the day. M4 picked immediately up by Blitz, who gets clipped by the scout. You can see these pistols still just trying to get more out of that one rifle. USP looks away as Jota slips through the door. And so it's looking like a nice and easy start to Dust 2. And for me, there was a question around Aurora with losing Anubis. And we saw them versus Heroic on Overpass. You know, even the desk talking during that veto phase, maybe the Overpass gets floated or whatnot. You know, Dust 2 only featured, in terms of their head-to-head, it only featured in the most recent series at Dallas. 13-11 victory for the Mongols. Aurora have to prove that the depth is there in the map pool.
Yeah, they prepped it. They didn't pick it versus Heroic, and it looked extremely ready. So I think that it's going to be at the top of their map pool in the future. You know, maybe not a match like this where it's still fresh. They don't want to test it. Yeah. But it's going to come back up for them. They look like they put time into it.
One of the immediate points that Madger made when it came to selecting his opponent in the Mongols is he said, you know, the process was sat down as a team and immediately went over, you know, the drafts of vetoes. Like, where could we find an opening versus any of these 4 teams in the map pool? They wind up versus Aurora. So you better be able to justify that when it was your biggest compelling motivation for picking the Mongols. And that's why today we end up on Dust 2. Great 3-0 start, but let's get into the gun rounds. 9-10's op out there on the field, and it looks real clear to me that Aurora are setting up for this B hit early. So let's see how it goes down. Senzu back plat, great pop on the timing. Oh, but even better shots out of the defense.
Oh,
a third as he taps what was left of the magazine. Blitz on the scene will close.
Come on, Senzu.
Oh, Aurora thought they had that, and we've got Mongols defense looking rock solid out of the gate.
That's how you spend ammo in that kind of situation. Used up half the mag, went straight to tapping. It wasn't to be flashy at all. It was because he had to space out between the people who were coming in. And they had Jota run out just before the flash pop to get that first kill. He did a great job there. But Senzu's counterplay in this moment is so good. It's the aim and the patience.
Would you call that a B tier hold or an
CT tier?
Yeah, CT tier.
No, that was S tier for sure.
And I loved actually the timing of that from Aurora. I thought for certain that Mongols may have gotten caught by it, and Senzu slips into that box in the perfect moment. It's an exciting move to make for Aurora. It's going to keep Mongols on their toes out of the gate for many a round to come. Op just dodges the flash, and it is the perfect tether off of the pit play. So again, defensively, once the guns are in hand, Mongols trying to get to that cruising altitude early. Blitz lingers along the back A wall. And that bomb is in the full possession of the Mongols as well. So what are we going to do about this, Aurora? Feels to me like we've got a 35-second save on our hands.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real option. Bomb it long, it's just a full minute operation, to be honest, to get that back, get to the site. So Mongols can rest easy now. Low on utility, but full on weapons. They've already accumulated 3 AKs. That's what sucks about losing a full B rush round like Aurora just did. It was a big risk mentally.
Counter-terrorists win.
Coming in Madger with the only utility. This is kind of an interesting spot. They're setting up, it looks like they're just trying to fake long. They're doing a long corner smoke. Oh, they didn't even block the corner, actually. They're leaving a gap there for Mzinho. He's just fully scouting it the entire time. So now the lean is going to come back over to the other side. That looks like it smells like a fake. It is a fake. And it's not a very good one.
Single smoke and flash from Adger. Techno locks into the Humvee. Did the offer spot that? Oh, he's ready, but
Wow,
Woxic missed chance.
Free shot.
Could have been a sitting duck, but more so of a sliding one. Techno gets out of that position quickly, moves past the scope, and now Aurora's presence.
It's really hard to quantify how important that miss was because the round is so different now. If it was a round where they had utility, the story would be, you know, they just go into something else, but most of their chances are going to be shots like that from here on out.
Silver lining, Madra is still hanging on to that bit of util, so they'll have a chance at something else. Questions when and where. CT smoke. Opt to lead the charge here. Woxic on the prowl.
Mzinho hasn't flanked long.
Ooh, Blitz got the frag to pop it open. He's going to expose something, you'd think, but they just remain timid on the corner of that. Another frag grenade to go down as he hears them stomping upwards. Senzu on high alert. But the nade goes a little too deep. He doesn't get his vision. B players push off. They try to get into this engagement. Same with Spawn, but Woxic locks that in. The op that floated outwards is still there as all the rifles go to put that bomb down. Little challenge out from the site. Mzinho versus the op up close with a flash first. Ooh, and he hits it. And with that, he is going to take a look at this clutch. It is 4 health for Joda. That's it. That's all. Great start for Joda. And unexpected behind that car. They will work their way up the site and take a gun round win.
That's a great move from Joda. 4 HP, played it open, hoped that he wouldn't get cleared or just get the first bullet in. Mzinho was willing to take risks, thought he was for sure still on the right side of the site, cleared it. That round is a couple of op shots getting missed, and with no one moving on the A side, no one flanking long after a minute, they're into 45 seconds. They did have sort of a good chance to take the mid B, but I think this is a moment where Mongols just don't move enough. They had better guns, more utility. And I think whoever was at peak window, this is unfortunate, that miss. Right on the noggin. One thing they did well though was they saw the nade out mid, they waited, and when Blitz was going to nade it again, they just didn't make any noise, so he didn't want to waste it, and they found an opening to get by.
Great outcome for Aurora early, considering they walked into that one with only a couple guns as well. Little kickstart to keep it interesting, to keep Mongols playing catch up. No shot here for Senzu.
Nice shot. It's just the best part-time opera, isn't he?
I have seen games when he gets away from him and he just kind of awkwardly starts missing shots from back plat on B. But when it's hitting, and I love when, I think even more so, he's kind of freed up to take those mid fights. That's when I like to see the double op from Senzu on Dust 2. Prime example of it here with the death on Joda. Zinho kind of jumps the gun.
Scouted.
Yeah, Shadow gets him a little antsy. Now, we've got a MAC-10 ready to rock up the catwalk. 2 rifles to support the scout, which wide swings outwards. 9-10 pinned in against this car. Flash to try to get him out of here. His support is working well. He is burning, and he still gets away with the kill onto Wicadia. Each of these pieces on the A site find some success. Techno, a double kill finally on the scoreboard, and it is the Mongols right back to winning ways.
Kind of what we expected from this game, just a really big brawl. This one's pretty expensive rounds, but they'll take those trades. I feel like you're not thinking too much about the pass in a match like this. You know, you're gonna have lots of chances. They've gone back and forth. Yes, Mongols have won more often, but you can't say it's not competitive sometimes.
Two ops mid. All right. 9-10 on the lower tunnel angle. And barrels held too.
I love ops complementing each other at mid. You just don't see the setup that often. The reason is because, like, otherwise your rifle's holding top mid. They can't hold vision there. Like, what if an op challenges them? So...
it's the right utility for the job. Disables the original setup. Techno selecting through his utility, pops it open just before they come around that corner, if there is a commitment to be made, but now the flames on the rotation holds Aurora back. They gotta bide their time a bit more. Now ahead of the smoke from the defense. Techno flashes inbound. He's gone unnoticed. Back turn. Good trade off the block. Very clean shooting from the pistol. It gets Woxic a chance at a second with the rifle picked up. Madger 1v3 P250. Almost caught a player looking the wrong way, but his element of surprise will be for nothing, and the Mongols be defense again.
I won't lie to you. I think they buffed the Glock.
Yeah, you think it's just ghost
Have
buff?
you seen the kills that we've watched this event from the Glock?
Sure.
How do you... Oh, you didn't have head armor.
Oh, that'll help.
Okay, that makes sense. We had that jumping Glock burst, triple headshot. We had the one on Snappy coming out long.
Yes.
Did
yes.
the instas.
Yeah, poor
this is
Snappy.
no head armor, so that's just a mistake from the team who had money.
And yet there's still two players this round that also don't have helmets. Senzu Blitz could be susceptible to more Glocks. Woxic brings in the solo op buy.
This is a crazy stack they've got waiting for the cat play coming in. Feels like they're really now in tune with what Madger's thinking.
Oh, there it is, already paying off.
Oh, to the CT's move.
This one purchased op. M4 is going to peel everybody else off of the catwalk. Now the op under pressure. Was really hoping those pistols could have given Woxic more of a shooting gallery, but instead, this buy from him in this round. Op's going to hit the dirt.
Felt great for a second.
Yeah, it worked
kill,
for the 5v4. And then the reality of everybody else on pistols sinks in.
The pawns were just a little too underprepared for this round.
So not able to crack through with the lesser buy this time. Aurora may have missed it in the 9th round. They've got one of those in their back pocket though, so you can't help but understand where the confidence comes from. Still, CT side starting to look a little streaky for the Mongols. This is 3 rounds now, not even a bomb plant. And the buy pattern that we find Aurora in leaves Woxic on the scout. No hero mode around to go. He's got the score that could justify it though.
It's a good start for Aurora, but might not end that well. Need a solution for these ops in play. Aurora trying to cover their tracks here. Oh.
Who scoped? Feels like it would have seen him. Madger ready to pop through. Oh, they go ahead of the flash, and Blitz is standing in front of where it pops.
That was a nice play, Blitz.
Good trade out of Jota. Shuts him down after the one.
The ops alone.
Ooh, and exposed. CT player gets wind of Jota though. Mzinho, how does he get a chance through the doorway with players down in tunnels?
Yo.
And he brings Wikidia right back at him. Top mid player trying to give chase up catwalk. Well, we've got Techno close on mid doors. Slowly but surely, Aurora now being pulled apart in untradeable positions. This round just kind of snowballs, but it snowballs very slowly.
And then all at once, yeah, it's true. There was just some moments. It felt like things were within reach, and then suddenly it became impossible to win. There was this point in the round where CS2 was alone in B with the op outside of the doors, but to play through the smoke out mid looked a little bit rushed, right? I mean, I guess they didn't have the information that there was a rifler there to support CS2, so that might have been it. But Blitz, you gotta give him credit. He like saw that flash and literally just knew exactly how he was gonna get the next kill. Ran forward into it.
And so we send Aurora spiraling back into these damn Tech 9s. Back into tunnels. It's funny how that one all-in B play out of the spawn, one of the fastest early rounds, haven't seen it yet since. And you said it, right? They're kind of like...
You have to recognize the gamble because you can lose everybody. Other rounds you can save. Rounds like that you won't. You kind of get... You get the round quickly, save all your guns, all your utility, or you lose everybody.
Here we go back to the mid slice. Got 3 players in sight here. Techno along Humvee, and Blitz, perfect positioning. Wicadia's gonna help out with a bit of damage on Jota. Unfortunate that lineup goes down the way it does. And while Woxix walked out middle and has 11 kills to his name, it's just, okay, the Glock and the wallbang. Goes up in flames. Aurora can't bank on Xantares for more than the one. And so this rock-solid defense
Gets
harder
even
and harder to get through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is there... No, that doesn't happen, I don't think.
No, they are bricked up right now. I mean, a brick wall right now.
It's 5 straight, no plant. This is a 4-2 game for Aurora at one point. Safe to say, Mongols have kind of siphoned the hype away from them, and 9-10 while blind, happy to step up to that test. There has been no easy opening moves for Aurora throughout this T side.
Yeah, no kidding. The ops only grow more powerful. Oh, this push, it's perfect. Long control, it's the exact right counter strike. Got to give it to Blitz this game. The setups in these last like 6 or 7 rounds have just been exactly what Aurora are trying to do. Who wins this one is the question.
They've tried to change their game up too, but Mongols a step ahead. Oh God, almost the collateral. Aurora don't know it, but luckily they didn't lose 2 with that one shot. Jota eats a flashbang. Everybody's on the scene now for the Mongols. They've already pushed around through tunnels. It's just been such an active defense. An A+ tier hold back on site again, and Madger down to the 29 points of health. Mongols simply cut from a different cloth in this first half. The map of Aurora, a real challenge for themselves. Out of the gate, Aurora probably feeling good about this opponent pick and map pick, but a quick dose of reality brought to you by the Blast Austin Major Grand Finalists in the Mongols, Mohan. It's a slap upside the head that has unfortunately put Aurora at a 4-8 deficit to kick off their CT side.
Yeah, it's an important thing to mention. It's what Aurora were trying to do last season. You know, I really don't even think it was about winning a major. It was about getting to a major final is like sort of the one within reach. Having all the break-ins into playoffs, but never getting that far. So I'm sure there's definitely some jealousy there between Aurora and the Mongols, two sort of newer national teams that have been so impressive and rising quickly. But still lots of CS left to be played this year and today. If Aurora play their cards right, the CT side is certainly recoverable. Aurora.
Four Aurora rounds. That is what they'll
unique
work with.
New York.
Flash for Xanteres. Sitting over on that B site. Not going to get any action. We're going into this 5-man A hit for the Mongols. Let's see if Long can hold strong with Woxic. Attempting to set up Jota. He is going to be popping up from pit in a moment. Ooh, gets his head back down into cover. The flash is so good. It completely neutralizes Woxic from trying to help out on the pit hold, and then the A site has quite literally nothing to say about this outcome. It is the Mongols taking back a pistol, split pistols on Dust 2.
I was watching that and I was thinking they're really working on carefully getting out of Long, just so they can have a flash that's set up facing Long corner. They need to know they don't get peeked, and they do it so safely. And I was like, they're doing that just to flash the corner, like just one flash over the corner. You could do that from outside Long, you could do whatever. And then they get the guy in pit blind, the exact same flash as they swing. It is so perfect. They obviously knew what the setup was going to be. Jumping out backwards late, understanding they're going to draw this aggro. That is execution meeting the plan, and you can't get much better than that.
Read like a book. That's the beauty of a $200 flashbang right there, folks. That's the beauty of Counter-Strike when you know your opponents. Dissected, dare I say.
Like worms.
Double scout out on the field. We're very quickly going to get into that realm of desperation for Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, this is desperate. Down to $200 in total. UMP becoming more common.
Utility pressure comes over. Ooh, nice ump push from Xanteres.
They didn't kill him?
He gets tagged down, whittled, and eventually hit. 9-10. How many bullets into that spray before Xanteres finally gets toppled? And with it, it's a 4v3. So that is such a nice, just like sigh of relief that you didn't let that player get tucked back into the CT spawn with the ump. You kept the SMG on the ground, confirmed by this push by Blitz, who actually gets put down by the 5-7.
This is awkward because they knew, I think 2 are on Cat. They knew one was in B. That doesn't help them, that they lose Blitz.
Nice push here from Jota as well, going out into the tunnels. As we see Techno hold on to the mid doors, MP9 pressed up against him. We have now got an edge for Aurora. I said it was the realm of desperation, but if it pays off, no longer desperate on Dust 2.
No jumping kill here. Could come down to this one peek.
Gets dinked.
Lots of damage.
Look at the health.
Looking for headshot fights now. A scout coming up.
Still working on the ledge, and he finds it on Madger. Scout not able to topple either two. 2 well-placed bullets here for Woxic, and it's a force by victory, Aurora. He gets closer to the site. Good jump spot, and he could have tagged the player towards Cat. He gets the headshot to 9-10. Pistols out for the clutch. Woxic jumps onto it. 10-second defuse, and a force buy with 2 scouts that pays off. Yeah.
Wow, it's so close. What a round out of Woxic. They could have just delayed to win that. And and they thought this was just such an easy fight. He even generated this nice chance towards the bricks as he was coming up from CT, and they wanted so desperately to take him out sooner. Oops.
And that right there could make this game interesting.
Definitely.
That's the round that could make this one interesting. Second round of that nature as well that Aurora have pulled off over the Mongols. Now, you know, in any other game where you actually have gun rounds under your belts, you're thinking that could be the difference. This is just to keep them in it. 40% of the rounds they win, forced by in nature. The other three, a pistol and full conversion.
Should be a nice stabilizing opportunity for Aurora if they kind of just don't make mistakes. It's going to be 5v5 for a long while. So as this round progresses, without the active information, the rotations are going to be a little long. Puts a little more stress on the site hole, but with 3 on A, if it's going here, nope, it's a drop. 2v5 inside the B site.
Slipped down with all that spam coming his way. We get early damage with Cadia. Jota's looking to hold it back, will do so. Famas good for the double. Oh, make it a triple with that quick headshot on Senzu. And not to mention even further damage, but Blitz's position.
No!
Oh, P250 from Spawn catches all of the A players off. And Wikia has not been found. They've got to somehow get him out of here. They push through. He's got to go for the fourth, and Blitz gets busted up. They walk into that final M4, but so much from Blitz in Spawn, all for naught.
That's insane. It comes down to time. If it was a few extra seconds, it could have been a run over towards the A site, but the hold here is so fantastic. They could even afford for this to happen. Wow, we get the Shoxy Styles 2 crosshair on Blitz. Love it. So it's not exactly stabilizing, but it is a win. This will be the money maker.
You say that.
Wait.
Grouped up. Timing. Oh, no longer going to be able to keep it as clean. Nice shot back from Blitz again.
That is... Oh, okay, baby.
Nice shots in all directions.
Showing off.
He felt...
He's so good at that.
I feel like he was deep in that jump as well. You know, you didn't hit him on the peak of that.
He hit him on the hinges of that second door. Last second. The shot. Woo, whew. He actually did that the last time they played Dust 2.
Beautiful adjustment. Fine-tuned Counter-Strike. Really is an art form.
It's getting a little hot around the collar now for the Mongols. One really bad mistake on that cat play.
Oh. Who threw that? Op ready as Mongols try to just walk it out again. I guess they liked how close they got last round.
He's in trouble.
Wikia with nothing. Woxic inside of the smoke. You've got no support here, and already Blitz is out mid. This is all Woxic all day. There is no help coming. It is you or it is nothing. And the knife will have to be what finds him. How much easier that could have been if not for a heroic moment from Woxic. But does this Blitz position still cut off two? With his P250 not long ago, you'd think they'd be clearing all these corners. And they will trade him out effectively. Senzu, 27 health. You've got a player smoked off towards the tunnels. He swaps out to the AK, fire to the doors. And the walkout through that smoke. The timing finds him, and Aurora now within one.
They thought they were going to reroute to play with each other. I can't believe it, Woxic. That was so incredible. You know, sometimes you say you blink and you miss it. I literally just blinked, and I'm not sure what I saw because he was still pretty blind, just came to and hit that. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Game on. You can see Xantera's frustration when he falls to that hold from Blitz out middle. Like, how did he and when did he get into this corner again?
Dropping a smoke on yourself when you're opping, that's rock bottom, you know?
Sure.
You
Yeah.
you think you're gonna die soon.
Yeah.
For him to get two,
Yeah. Honestly, might as well just be a frag grenade at that point. You know what I mean? Take him down with you. But he takes down two. And that shot, that reaction coming out of the smoke like that.
amazing.
Superb. Super.
Superb.
Little frag damage for the tunnel approach. Change of util. Nobody damaged, except for that first frag down tunnels. Haven't seen Wick on a forward angle like this. Haven't seen the double ops move through. Taking a page out of the Mongols book. Maybe it's what gets Wick going, because no denying he's been struggling throughout this map. But he can keep that attention focused towards tunnels with all the pressure coming out from mid. He puts that op into the window and he will find Blitz. Still floating between positions. Majority, oh, what a clean shot from Jota. Finishing off Techno. Still, two challengers have emerged through tunnels. And yet again, a player out middle, this time spotted from that mid flank.
Man,
and so Mzinho's got to bail, and he won't be able to escape. And a clean one onto Senzu to boot. 9-10 clutch attempt. Three players, all from mid. No more utility on the approach. It is going to have to be the trade train through this doorway. And 9-10 scoped up, ready for their arrival. First shot, clean. Second player's out, and he misses. And that miss will make this a tied game at 9.
Yeah, if he hit that next shot, it was just ring around the rosy around. Big box, probably odds in his favor, but he can't land it. Not like Woxic can today. Every small risk that Mongols take to try to snowball the round ends up costing them deaths. These two players fighting from the doors, that cat plant, they wanted to speed up versus they've had winning opportunities a lot and dropped them.
Force buy in the second round of the half that's put them on this streak. Haven't lost one since, and Xantera's, I'm not even sure. With the silhouettes from the flashbang, I'm not sure what was real anymore.
He was jumping, shooting, and you know, the last bullet was when he was back on the ground, so fair enough, I guess.
I guess, maybe, sort of, kind of.
Yeah. Did he jump twice?
I don't know. The flash
saw?
had my retinas burned.
Yeah.
But he's in the zone, despite being 9 and 13. Not the onboarding.
The play, actually. They left the B site. Uh-oh. Who would try it 3 times in a row?
The Mongols. Who could hold it 3 times in a row? Techno again. So so many times these players slip out middle. Aurora on the recovery of that half of the map, 4v2.
No plant yet.
And a back turn to the tunnels player. Easy pickups, plus on top of it, a wallbang through smoke headshot. Aurora are just pulling kills out of thin air.
They're playing great, man. I mean, that's the most vulnerable that site's been for all these tries from the Mongols. So there's no excuse for losing that one now. You cannot go back to this strat. They cannot win a round in B.
I just have this ominous feeling, though, Mohan, that these mid creeps from all these Mongols players, at some point, it's gonna cost Aurora a round, that they keep falling to those deaths out mid.
It's gonna cost Aurora a round?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it's just getting more obvious now, and they threw all their chances to actually convert those rounds.
And yet they still keep pulling off frags with it.
And they still keep losing.
Oh, wow.
The thing is, like, can you even mid B now? Like, maybe if you get kills, you could try it, but like, I feel like you've just, you know, in an attempt to try to condition Aurora, I think you've conditioned yourself out of certain options. Maybe not. Here they are coming back to tunnels again. Let's see if Blitz gets into his same spot out mid. Almost like they're treating this like a scrim.
Look, he's managed again.
Yeah.
But they do have Cat right behind him. Jota's got a clean double kill. No triple this time around. Maybe late recovery of the map here for Techno, but bodies continue to drop out middle. We get an op picked up, an AK in hand. They're going to boost.
Heard him run.
Are they? No. Just wants to not get spotted from an eventual window retake. We've got Woxic bottom middle to set this up. There's so much utility here for this Aurora retake, plus the man advantage, plus what was the health advantage too. Senzu makes his move. Does he get back to the site? Does he have this angle? No, he pauses and gives that space to Xantares. It's not Ben Xantares' best game ever, but he is still on the brink of a clutch. Closes the distance, tries to gun him down, but he's lost track of Senzu. And a triple late game impact. Mongols finally get one over the line.
Oh, definitely played them like a fiddle. Perfect play outside of the window. That's finally the move that Mongols have tried to do to accelerate the win. That's actually worked. Every time they peeked out to kill the players in CG spawn, they've got off back, they've got picked off. Their lurker dies again inside of middle, but this time Senzu just brings too much force. 3 frags.
Wobbly economy leaves Madger no nades, MP9. They went B again.
This is going to go down as a classic for me if they end up winning off the B plays. I'll be watching this T side in awe. If they finally got their one win.
It's like they had to do it till it worked. Seconds.
Yeah, I like the way Aurora are playing it. They pulled the goalie on the B site. They're not worried about a rush again. They already won around last time that they did this. This gives them that like sort of relay advantage to get to a rotation. But oh, they're gonna hear him coming.
This early. Smokes down to the spawn. Can they get him in? Flash is good. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And a fast mid flank as well. Easy pickup for the SMG. And Opper is now just stuck out here under a world of pressure. But wait, because here comes the recovery. Halfway through the 2v4.
They have to get the bomb. Time.
Gotta take a second to pause. That bomb's gonna have to sprint up. It gets killed, but the frags could have been there still. Aurora pull ahead.
Yeah, they needed the guy by the smoke to get the bomb. The other one to cover. The only way they could have made it with the smoke still up. But it's hard to get organized in a spot like that. The flash play from Okadia is good. It feels like there's a bit of calling breakdown here for Mongols where they come out in mid. It feels like a little later than they wanted. They weren't perfectly prepped, or they would have had someone anti. And then you get a situation like this. Not sure why though, because it's not like Aurora have been putting no pressure on mid at all. They've been letting them have it. I think that's the only reason that Mongols, I think, got confused about what to do.
9-10 with some frustration mid-round, missing that shot.
It really felt like they just didn't know if they wanted to try cat or go mid. I don't know. They were right though. There was 3 on A. It's been a zany game. No telling who wins now. Though it certainly feels like Aurora are more sure of themselves and making less mistakes.
Uncertainty about Catwalk last round. See if they try to go back at it this time, but again, it's just presence out middle. Mac-10, oh my god, the flashes from 9-10 and the dink into the deke.
There's the B site. They're running up on cat.
Players
What's
pushing
happening?
long. Aurora losing.
No way.
They just lose control of the situation suddenly, thinking that they had the entire picture when in reality Mongols were playing options.
I kind of love it, man. I actually can't. Shocked. They pulled it out. They tried the mid play just as a fake. The flashes to support Blitz running out were wonderful. It's not the first time Aurora had played the setup outside the site, so they had a reason to believe that that was going to happen. And it's all to just get up a cat this time, so it's kind of beautiful, man. I think those 5 rounds in a row they rushed B were just like, all right, you guys banging your heads to a wall. You've lost a lot of rounds off of this. They lost a lead, big time. But now they're pulling out brand new tricks. And to be honest, they are starting to punish Aurora for not having information. They're playing 2-3 to start and then letting, and then just taking their hand off their keyboard. They're not even putting pressure on Cat early round. Gotta wonder why that is. Oh. That was sneaky.
24 rounds of regulation inbound. And again, this one's gonna stay close. 9-10 doesn't miss it 2 rounds in a row, but it's still Xanterra standing.
Got to take that though. He's the guy on the AK. Hell, he'll lose that gun to Woxic. And
it was a little jumbled up.
Head to Acadia.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're actually kind of screwed. They're gonna need a little luck now, honestly. And it looks like a lot of Jota.
Highest performing player for Aurora.
I think I'm really trying to influence a push out along since it's been so underused. MZino's like, don't worry, it's gonna come. They have to try at some point, but not yet.
You think again? With the way Magic got caught
No,
running
long
last?
split. Long split.
Tucked in, burning back.
It's 4 players on A, but look at their guns, man.
And it hinges on Magic getting something from this. Down to Manzino and Xanterra's, remember, 19 health with a pistol.
They don't have Cat or Long.
They try to push into Catwalk to get something, take some portion of this site by force. Wicadia just dancing back and forth, so distracted that Manzino arrives, clears him out, and Mongols are going to take a 12th after all of this effort from Aurora.
I've never seen a game where I've been so bittersweet about the calling, where I was like, this is looking crazy. You guys are being way too stubborn into like all this new stuff, and now they're making Aurora look like they're playing too conservatively. This round, it's actually a great stack. They just don't have a lot to work with. But it's come to this point because a lack of mid control, lack of information, so much stress on the B players to come up with new things to do every single round, but never a third CT over there. Never getting ahead of it. the lean has always been towards the A site. And I don't know, Woxic, why aren't they setting up Woxic to get pick plays down middle or in lower or off of cat? You can fly blind after you play a 5v4, it's a lot easier.
Aurora first pick Dust 2 versus the Mongols at Dallas. 13-11 Mongols result, and here we are, 12-11 Mongols again after
like,
what was
we're
looking
major finalists now, so.
What could have been such a comeback, all off the back of a force 2 buy. Could still push us into overtime, but you saw how the guns were such a limiting force in the last round, and it's not any prettier here in the 24th for Aurora.
They kind of all in to avoid having to go to OT, and now they're left with 2 UMPs.
Certainly not pretty. The Mongols' approach has also been sore on the eyes at times. Let's see if a mistake maybe pushes us into extended play map 1.
Same stack here for the CTs. Similar guns, they're just missing one really good rifle. Jota's, 27 health UMP over here. And I guess it would be kind of iconic to end it on a B split, wouldn't it, Connor? I think they've earned it this time.
Yeah. But can they pull it off?
Yeah, this would be salt in the wound. Like, same play, Blitz gets out mid. They hit B. The last hit. Oh, I'd be so salty if I was Aurora. Oh.
And it's looking like that's exactly what's going to go down. Wickadia gets off site. It is vacant for the Mongols tunnel walkout, and the smoke just faded. Wickadia starting to consider the B site. Oh, just a split comes around that corner. Now, at least it's a fast reaction from Xanteres into the AK. But because the Mongols didn't have to expend any of the util to take this site, it is easy to just keep Aurora out of it for now. They boil this round down to the final 15 seconds, plant that bomb, and give a tough task to Aurora. 4v4 retake of the B site. The Mongols so stubborn about hitting this half of the map until it finally worked. And now in the final round of regulation, the post plant's looking solid, but Woxic with 2 is not enough. What was a force buy kickoff after a flat first half comes up mere rounds short.
High-octane game of Counter-Strike, delivering on absolutely every front. This time, the Mongols do get it over the line.
Those were so much better in some sense that they were able to afford that many mistakes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That many lost rounds to going B. They still made that comeback happen. Almost as if they had to play 2 full T sides in there and nail the second half. And they really did. It was pretty crazy to watch, to be honest. One of the crazier T-sides I've ever watched on Dust 2. The best part is Blitz is just stone-faced through the whole thing, coming up with these really creative and new and different attacks with all the same lurks.
And fragging all the while. Oof, good shot from Woxic. Trying to slow down this split. Jota just giving him the jiggle on apartments. And then he dives out. Is this going to be a redirection from the Mongols?
Yeah,
Check
they
that
do
out.
have window. And
Murder hole.
Blitz has audio, so I mean, right now got Wickadia walking through spawn, but this is just so big to be here. You just rotate around him when he's in this spot. What are they going to do?
Murder hole closed. Oh, but he sees him, right? Because he can see the hips.
Yeah.
But the metal blocks it for...
Oh! What a peek!
Nothing else matters. Senzu locking it in. He ends up getting split on by the 2 remaining players. It's a Techno 4K 1v2. And he's got these kills separated. Gets the jump on the jungle guy, but Wickadia hits the headshot. Aurora will find pistol. Senzu just had them for a moment, shaking in their boots.
By the way, that 4-player retake on the last round, Senzu got 3. He just really hit some insane shots.
Tapped in and tapped out here. Jota finding the apartments hold is why Mongols had to try to redirect.
That shot. That's crazy. That is absolutely unbelievable. everyone on the Mongols can aim, and the fact that Senzu stands out for that is kind of ridiculous.
Forced by Mongols, and a move here from Xantares. You're going to find 910 with grenades in his hand, and Techno's also not ready for this. Hello? He gets there. Xantares, full tunnel vision. Tried to spare one, but there is
2 flicks past him.
no shortage of bloodshed in this one. 5 players standing tall for Aurora.
Imagine flicking that fast.
That you flick by people.
Where the hell is this guy? Where is he? Where is he? Let me at him.
The headshot recovery is insane.
Yeah. Didn't miss a beat.
I wonder what that looks like from the perspective of the Mongols player. This one should be even easier. And on top of that, Aurora, again, nobody died last round, so CT side's gonna start with that bit of extra cash. Top mid player stuck behind boxes. All's looking good. If they push it, they'll find that bomb over there. Desert Eagle's gonna catch him off. Mzinho also just hit Madger for 65 damage. No, excuse me. That was this fight going down on the apartments. Techno gonna try to close that gap. No chance. Madger's Famas locks it in. It is still majority alive, but not as clean as the round prior when the Mongols actually had guns.
That's true. Already a little tiny bit of frustration out of 910. Disappointed in himself, maybe.
He was mad in Dust 2 as well when he wasn't getting those long kills.
Yeah, and I think it started with one small mistake that he made in that, like when they had that big lead in the beginning of the second half, that made the game close. So probably just trying to get it together. Also, that game was about Woxic when it came to Aurora, man. He's the reason they even survived all those B holds.
Oh, big stomp coming Woxic's way. Flashbangs keep finding him. He's got a set of helping hands in Wiccadia. But now it's Woxic dead and Wiccadia's gun empty. Pistols out, and he almost gets it on the jumping player, but 910 recovers his aim. He's got the bomb. Xantares has slipped into the middle of all of them. But will the Van player find this denial? Oh, he's still between them. Finally fires off.
Ammo?
They don't turn around from Cat. It's a Tech 9 out. Things are weird, and Blitz could still manage this clutch. We are playing some wild Counter-Strike at the moment.
He has a molly.
We get a set of hands on bomb. Jota already on the defuse. He's got this easy. He's going to stick that the entire time. Not planted for the cat hold. And 2 survive as Aurora go up 4-0 out the gate.
Can't believe that Xantares was able to switch to his Tech 9 and still get a kill after running out of ammo right behind default. That trade should have been jumped on. That's pretty funny.
This slip of the net from Xantares, not once but twice, when he jumps out of market, and then again when he pushes through that smoke. And obviously Blitz not really set up for it. So Xantares, his play worth that much more, but very quickly into the A hit. Here we go. Pace of the game's gonna remain lively. Palace player shut down, the one and only. Woxic turns this back, hits a second kill in the round, and both A defenders will find a double kill each. Rotation already in, the confidence for Aurora spilling over. But it is bomb on the back of Mzinho. If only he had more than 20 health to play with.
Desk aptly brought up some of the bad losses that Aurora have experienced on this map. But what we saw coming into this event in particular, and also like, got to put an asterisk on some recent games for Aurora. They've just been in a bad place for so many different reasons. But when I saw the preparation overpass, that to me just looks like they must have really looked at every map, to be honest. And I would expect Mirage to be no different, because if you're going to bring in a new map into your map pool, you never do that before you're comfortable in the rest of your maps. You've got like holes, gaps to fill, you go cover those first. Because it takes far more time to introduce something brand new. polishing that mouse.
Little spit shine.
Talk to her.
Flick with that thing. Laughing their A hit out of town. That was a bit maniacal.
Yeah. Sounded like Waluigi.
And now the Joker. Through the fire, they're gonna try this. Ooh, Mongols, what you doing? What are you allowed to do? I suppose that first kill just kind of catches them off guard, but this one was disturbingly lackluster.
What'd you have to, Mongol?
What was that all about?
Damn.
Looking like a bunch of chumps on that apartment's approach.
I feel like I was a kid eating cereal watching Looney Tunes when this first kill went down. What is this?
It's the new ragdolls, dude.
Love it. Always funny when you let their friend go by.
Second guy's got that false confidence that he can cross the road too. So back to the A pop. This time much more emphasis on Palace. We'll see if these pistols can just push down to default. That'll put Woxic in a pretty important spot here over towards Ticket. We'll see if he can clip the wings of any potential plants.
Every A play, Oxic's been stood out in the open, avoided the plant blast.
Aids out. Sandwich player in the cubby.
They're ready. They're ready. They're ready. They're ready.
Hanging for it. They trickle down into the spray of Jota. And again, it is this A defense that looks rock solid. Wiccadia can smell you trying to lurk out mid. This is going by in a flash. 7 straight rounds now for the CT side.
They're about half done. Half done.
While the Mongols look half-baked. Sorry, just double checking. This is the same map that the Mongols smashed Vitality in Austin on, correct?
Yeah, they did. They used up some juice, maybe. Top fragger for the Mongols. Mzinho coming in. 3 kills. Look at how much money Aurora has. Yeah. No, these rounds have not been close. No.
Well then. Oof. Insta-kill.
Great
Jota
cover.
looking sharp.
I know this is a mid default. Coming back to this. Need 1 second early. Bomb will get spotted. Uh-oh. Bad goes to worse.
Jota is just on them at the moment.
He's having an event.
On it, on them.
Dude. This is quite a collapse.
So, should we just go to nuke or?
With this much money, man, I mean,
Yeah?
it's like Aurora are guaranteed 10 rounds with this much money. Guaranteed.
Never seen a CT side so rich that it could retire before the half is over,
Yeah.
but we're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, even if the Mongols somehow they have to win 4 like straight, fully banked rifle rounds in a row here on T side.
They've only planted the
through
bomb once in these 8 rounds of play.
Yeah, they're getting smacked.
And Aurora, in the last 4 rounds, have lost 1 player.
Yeah, this might be the lowest kill half in CS2 history if they're not careful in Tier 1. Not even joking.
1 death in the last 4 rounds.
We're still top bracket at 3 kills, right? That was a rifle round that went by.
It is a total kill count of 9 for the Mongols. They have 9 kills collectively.
Aurora have 8 rounds and Mongols have 9 kills. And now they have 4 AKs. This by, oh, sorry, 4 AKs, 4 rifles. Spy's not too hot either.
Yeah, it's actually Aurora who have 4 AKs.
Yeah.
Woxit gets killed though, and when this Opera has been peeled off the A site, we haven't really seen that because it's just been so strong of a defense. Santerez one and done. Cat player's already shown his hand, but you've still got 2 bodies inside this A site. Mongols look to disengage with the window climb up. Bomb working its way over towards B. You can see Wickadia floating between both possibilities.
The split should be excellent. There's no one pushing over B, which would be the scariest thing. But right now, if Amzinho wants to lurk, it's going to be a nightmare. They're not going to be able to cover this.
Defense.
Oh, they just watched this. And Blitz hasn't moved yet, so they aren't in a position to take advantage of these.
Wickadia finds Techno through the window.
And now it actually comes down to Amzinho. How's it going to help?
This is a 3v4. And now to the 3v2, equaled out from Amzinho, late arrival on A.
It ain't going to be an underpass play, though. He's just that lurk.
But they don't see that bomb yet, so they're still floating around, caught inside of the window because of the flames. You know Amzinho's hot on the trail. Madger, wide swing. It's a Blitz clutch, but if only he had more than 13 health,
They're
then
still
maybe.
retaking A.
And Blitz is stomping over to the murder hold. They're going to realize late, and he's already on top of them, but he's so low health that even the panic spray down is going to keep this flawless CT half going.
Oh, they were still retaking A. And they still won. And they have 9 rounds. 10, 11, 12. They've got 12 kills now.
Yes. 12 kills in total for the Mongols.
Sometimes we throw the word masterclass around, but I'm seated for this one.
I can't help but think to myself, like that parallel
Amzinho's still in the lead.
reality where Aurora were able to close Dust 2 by the skin of their teeth. Let's say they squeezed that out. What a shock this would have been. Out of nowhere. This game no longer competitive whatsoever.
Senzu's 2 kills this game were insane.
Bomb left towards spawn. The Mongols, 3 rounds T-side, best case scenario. When Zenteris is behind the fire, surely somebody falls victim to this. Depending on how much longer before they peak. Uh-oh. Now they might be a little nervous because he could have slipped in on this timing. Flash goes out through connector and he kind of drops the ball. We've got man advantage here for the Mongols. Is it their first round win? No pressure on the other side of A just yet. Amzinho about to blindside the offer. You've got him out in the open. Joda's going to hang on to the other side of sight. We get the window drop, and that is Blitz quick to the call. 4v2 for the Mongols. And while Jota has been found out in this position, he will fight his way to the very end.
He's good.
3 kills to his name, 13 on the half. And that bomb is going to try to avoid him by working its way through Palace, but we are down to 20 seconds.
They are running out of time. They might think that this turns into a B plate, but they're hearing Blitz run around.
Palace player catches him off. Maybe they didn't hear that.
They know Jota was ramped, so...
Yep. Where else could he have gone? If they think maybe he could have wrapped around Palace, it could be a possibility. We'll see if he plays with the timing.
And, Aurora have a horseshoe up their ass right now. It feels like I'd be terrified to be the Mongols.
There's an op on this. Oh, Blitz just gave it up. Just gave up the angle. Lets him get closer. Jota knocking on the door of the bomb site. Soon his attention, you'd think, would sink entirely into CT. He understands what this post plant looks like. Can he clean up all? Because it's 4 AK headshots! And he's gonna spam down the 5th! Oh. Time is of the essence, but he still wins this round alone!
The kid. The new addition here. Oh my God, what a moment for Jota. What a clutch. A 10-0 start here for Aurora off the back of it. The play from the ramp was enough to talk about this round.
Throws caution to the wind and does it all himself in that last one. Forces Blitz to miss the op shot, the one op shot that could have put Mongols on the board. Instead, it's an ace that could give Aurora a flawless defense. Whoa.
3 players still over 10K. Most kills Mongols have gotten forever in that round. Couldn't even deny that clutch. This might be Jota's best map in a Aurora jersey if things keep going. Another lurker coming his way. There is some support here, so don't want to fall for this exactly.
Easy.
Huge bait. He's not recklessly spamming. They've got everything covered.
Kadia lets him know.
He keeps going.
Alarm bells ringing. Every shot being hit here for Aurora.
Keep beating Jota.
Oh, nade from Woxic. Finish off Blitz, and that's going to prime Techno. If that M4 headshot comes through out of Madra, he's done. Techno in for a world of hurt, trying to piece together how to unravel this site. He gets the chance to get the better of Jota. A rare sight throughout these first 11 rounds. 31 health left for the final 3, and he is going to tiptoe his way right into that waiting scope. Aurora 1 round out from the 12-0 half.
This is a shutout, man. Not the result you could have anticipated. You know, we got to see a glimpse of how Aurora felt coming into this event, but playing against that Heroic with a stand-in, even though they picked overpass, we're like, man, that was a really great overpass, we think. This is kind of really validating, I think, how much effort they've put into what feels like a little comeback into Season 2.
Especially versus the team that they were so close in being compared to. Jota on the Palace hold's gonna go down with nothing. You've got Woxic sitting behind triple, putting a smoke down to work with as there's no assistance just yet. All in Aurora towards Ticket. Madger takes a late detour into the window. And Senzu planting bomb just barely covered in that smoke, and smoke is not a brick wall, so the bullets fly through and find him. Man advantage taken for Aurora. On the hunt for a 13-0 flawless half at hand, and Techno's attempt to jump on top of the Ticket play goes awry. Blitz locked in from the bricks, double kill for him to deny the embarrassment in the 1v1 versus Santerez, who goes out wide and falters. The final round of the half, finally for the Mongols.
Yeah, to say it.
You said it back on map 1 when Woxic held that platform. Blink and you will miss it. Well, you can apply that to this entire half because Aurora have done the unthinkable. I mean, we've seen blowouts in the past with this head-to-head, but this is the most lopsided of all halves.
Yeah.
And Mirage has featured in the last 6 times these teams have gone head-to-head. So there's a lot of game tape out there. Aurora came to the table today ready to pounce on a chance to eliminate the Mongols in a quarterfinals.
Yeah, Mongols got, looks like 23 kills in total in that first half. Feels like almost majority in those last couple of rounds. They got closer and finally won.
Yeah. Blitz will find first blood as he takes the fight to top middle. Underpass player comes out mid. Xanteras looks like he's gonna fall for this. Senzu trying to milk it for an... Oh, okay, that's that moment where you think Wickadia shoots him, but great snap from Senzu. And Xanteras stuck down between 2 CTs, nowhere to run as they hunt him down.
Don't call it a comeback.
Ooh, that was very clean shooting across the board out of the Mongols.
It was.
Where was that in the first half?
I don't know, man. Sometimes you get on CT side and everything's just starting, you know what I mean?
And it was
You just don't, it's a blur, you know what I mean? So we have to watch.
This shot.
Yeah. He reacts so quickly. That could have been a blown moment for sure, but
can't help but give him a little clap. Because they gave you one too.
yeah.
Right upside the back of the head. Pistol belongs to the Mongols. They double their rounds.
Blitz won a 1v1 at the end of the first half.
1v3.
1v3? Damn.
Or 3 1v1s. Break it down how you want.
Either way, a clutch. That's the only way they got a single point on the board. And now that's gotten them some leverage. This is really just a testamental at this point for Aurora. There's no way they should lose this game.
Would you say it's impossible for Aurora to lose this game, Launders?
Now it's just a big, to be honest, with a pistol and conversion, now it's just a big comeback. They messed up, but we'll have, like...
Everybody take a moment
the
right
pistol
now.
is not for sure.
11-3. And ask yourself, can Aurora somehow lose this? Mongols are going to have to dig deep. Little cache of frag grenades here for Blitz. See if that's got Madger's name on it. Look how big that grenade is on the ground. Great change, Valve.
Yeah.
I actually love that.
Yeah, they look like bomb moms now.
1, 2, 3.
I think they're doing more damage. Oh!
I love that bit of extra time he puts in between the third one, just so Madger can creep right back into it.
Throwing this nade, then that nade, then this nade. Now he's dead.
Great game plan.
Is Blitz gonna walk into this?
Gets man advantage. 9-10. Better keep your gun out. About to get jumped on. Xanteras gets the opening. Woxic has his. Mzinho gets blasted off of the top of stairs.
Wow, what a take. What a take.
Xanteras is not wasting this moment. Looking to put Aurora immediately on 12. And I love that he gets off site and tries to make a play. He is looking to end this round on his own terms. But it gets read by Techno. And so we go Woxic 1v2.
It was so early. So early. Woxic, he's got to get the clean pick. Oh, the flash is great. They can scale.
Gives Techno space out. Bomb planted wide in the open. First player spotted. Big spam here for Woxic. They're going to try to chase him. Fresh mag doesn't matter. Senzu's sitting on a mere 4 kills in this map. But that one right there gives the Mongols a little more room to work.
He was a hero on Dust, too. Was getting kills to the point where his teammates weren't even necessary. Here's that first tactic. It's a real blitz. But simultaneously, a great take here from Aurora to get into the site.
Damn.
Pretty impressive how they got those kills because the CT setup was positioned nicely to counter almost every bit of pressure right there. still a big comeback, but it's more like a medium now, medium size because
Medium-large.
3 Tech 9s on this, yeah.
Nate goes beyond. Tech 9's ready to hit. You got that Galil, that AK somewhere out there in the field. Big pack of Aurora players now charging out through the ramp over top of Triple. They'll lose Madger in the process. Spam's coming out. Just trying to find some kind of comfort here, but this is a horde of the Mongol swarm. Xanterez with the only one until Woxic gets his hands on a gun. Where'd it go?
I don't know. It looked like he picked it up.
It must have bounced along the wall behind him. Had to have gone back towards spawn, so he's stuck on the Tech 9. He's gonna try to make this work. Oh, it's on top of Ticket. Tough to go grab. It's the corpse that falls down. The gun stays on top, and the Mongols slowly but surely, actually quite quickly with the pace that they played in that round, getting more with their name on it.
Yeah, we're still in that, so 6 rounds, obviously. Now, Aurora, I mean, you could see it on their faces off the pistol loss. They know the game's not over. Look at this. That's a little stress, you know, like, okay, just need to close this. What's the one call? Are we losing the chances we're supposed to get? Yes, this game's a little CT-sided, but Mirage is not that CT-sided. But they know this is this is their nemesis right now, and Mirage has been a struggle for them. They looked so fantastic in that first half. That's why I say it's just all mental right now. I think if Mongols win this game, I don't think Aurora will pick them at the next bounty. I think they just like lost permanently at that
Just
point.
submit.
That's just the full like forever. I think that actually is the first rivalry that ends.
Okay.
if they lose this game. All right, this should be a free kill for Woxic actually. Nice adjustment.
Clean shot. That's going to keep Senzu on a rather disappointing 4 kills, 13 deaths score. And then 9-10 though, answered deep from inside B site.
You remember every Senzu kill. It was the clutch, the
for better or for worse.
Pick off on Ticket. Yeah, like
we get that Ticket player firing back. You've also got another one tucked in sight. Techno, head down, hoping to go unnoticed. Mzinho pressing outwards. Obviously Blitz, third pair of hands on the scene.
the way they mess this up is if they try early lurking.
30 seconds.
A lot more CTs than they're anticipating now.
Still behind that ramp smoke as well. Freeze Mzinho up to get a slightly more aggressive bomb. What? What?
He just tested it because he's going to go out. So he just shot the right side, and he was correct.
What a perfect timing to pull that off. Game sense to a 10, but Techno, he is still back sight. Bomb planted on the other end. Wicadia gives cover. Okay, looking to lock in Aurora's 12th. Wicadia, another headshot.
Let's go.
3 kills, the first one he never sees. And 9-10 on a retake with an op posted in this angle. Easy close here for Woxic. That's the 12th. Wicadia, the hero they need.
Need to see if there was a gap or it was fading before we could see on that side of the smoke, or sometimes you run out shooting on the right side of a ramp because people can be up against the wall. Yeah, he literally just starting it. No idea.
What a round. And that's a bit of pressure off with still so much runway to close. 9-10 feeling the pressure of the util, doesn't want to throw his life away. Not with map 2 on the line like this. For the next 7 rounds. Do or die, Mongols. Nuke waits for us in the wings. This is a head-to-head that has not gone all 3 maps in 2025. 2 zeros both directions. But it seems we've closed that ground. Senzu takes up way more ground than Xantares could have ever predicted, and now you know Aurora are feeling squeezed at a minute.
Yeah, now they have the option of saving or making a really bad choice, or they can go with plan C and actually come back to clear this out. I think it's definitely the smart way to do it. There's actually lots of time left over, so. They get the rotation in, but it's still gonna feel like a hit, right? But this has become a full-on fake. This is actually a heads-up call, maybe.
Huge commitment, too. Anything they get here is going to be worth something in the end, but oh my God. Senzu just saved Techno from an embarrassing death. But all the while, Aurora into the B side. I would have thought the way Senzu was chased back in middle that they would have expected that to be a fake, because you had two players so deep in T-spawn, they couldn't have all followed through. Regardless, here we go. Woxic and Wiccadia been playing excellent Counter-Strike. Opper steps into it, and Blitz is now down for the count. We've got low health on 2 of the remaining 3, but that's not going to stop Techno trying to recover from that awkward fight on bricks. Him and Mzinho, the 2 low players, pull through for the Mongols, and that is the first of 7 needed.
First of 7 needed. They have dropped one early to a very strong T attack. That's not gimmicky at all. They were very well prepared for all the spots, so it's not that that couldn't happen again. I like the creativity with the fake. I think maybe, I mean, if you commit 2 players, you need to come up with more kills because you just have no one left for the post plant. But if they did just use 1, they might have had a good chance to just end the round right there in the map. Still 6. It's a nice buffer. I mean, I feel like I've seen enough on T side now to be like, they clearly can do, like they can still just win at any moment.
Gotta battle the ops here. And that's Woxic's every day of the week.
Yeah, he's been the opper of the day, that's for sure.
Well, luckily for the Mongols, they have 2 here in round 19. 9-10, still over towards Ticket in the meantime. You've got to now somehow hold off with a man disadvantage. And teeth sunk deep through middle for Aurora. B players could come up catwalk if they want to try to help, hold off on connector. Look at this push out from Ticket for 9-10. He's going to feel like his back is against the wall, and a palace swing is going to have to be stopped by Mzinho.
They have Sandwich. That's kind of, he's relying on Mzinho, but they had 2 perfect spots for this.
Good op shot on Madger. Here comes the Palace play. It's man advantage taken back. 4v2 for the Mongols. How comfortable.
It's incredible.
Just the perfect slide forward, mere seconds ahead of Aurora's arrival. They thought they would find the site ready for the hit, and no.
I mean, Mzinho does his job perfectly, where if he's not actively spotting, he's risking 9-10's life, and without 9-10, he'll eventually die with nothing. But by actively spotting, you could die to any peak. So it was a risky spot. He knew what he had to do. He did his job fantastically well, set up 9-10 for success. And if there was a way to hold that site 4v2, those were the 2 spots to do it.
Clean shots from Mzinho, just enough as well to get the cat player into the back end of the split.
I feel like you want to keep morale high in this spot. Again, it's too early to be like, oh, we don't have ideas. They're still trying things. I'm sure they feel that they need a little luck in some of these T rounds just to get over the line. Badger's job to keep everyone focused.
Still, that feeling of domination is certainly fizzled out. 6 of the 7 rounds on the CT side, all the Mongols. But everybody ready here on Aurora's camp. Joda, the solo Galil.
Yeah, what if we end this game and go, man, It's just that their Aurora CT half wasn't good enough.
Yep. Imagine. Imagine.
They didn't win that clutch.
We weren't willing to write off the possibility of a comeback, but this time a missed op shot, and Mzinho's gonna have players jumping on top of him. Blitz gets the double off the spray from bench, and 910's positioning has been compromised. He peels away, but bomb was stopped in the process, so the whole round slows down for Aurora.
They don't go get it. They have no ops to take. There's 2 ops that are coming for them. Walking across this one, interesting spot, another golden opportunity, but instead it's Senzu to catch it.
Santeras hoping somebody steps into him. This is Woxic at 21 and 11 for the record. Flashbang is exactly what they need to scoop the bomb up, grab a couple guns, or at least the AK. And in Woxic's current form, wow, he gives the AK over to Santeras.
They cannot decide what to do. What's happening right now? They couldn't figure out who to boost, where, switching guns back and forth. You plant, I plant.
It just looks so uncertain that you know they kind of lose a certain bit of the glow that, and no cover, but Techno's gonna catch Woxic right there. He has set up Santeras. Despite his best effort, Santeras chance to shine, caught out in Palace, and this round just ends up looking sloppy. The uncertainty in that 2vx is...
Hey, that's a duo that we always talk about in Turkey. That was the least chemistry I've seen between a duo in a minute, so that was not... They didn't get that together.
That moment gobbled them up.
Someone calls for a boost, you boost them.
Ooh, it's going to start getting a little hectic in the Aurora TeamSpeak.
Yep.
Things starting to feel a little heated. 11-1 to 12-8. And individually, mechanically, Mongols playing to a level that could still push us into overtime. Just odd that it's not coming off the back of Senzu or 910. See if a bit of runway does them some good. Blitz with a fight right in front of him. Bests Wickadia.
Doesn't have to move either.
Around, yeah, he's confident to just stay around in connector. Smoke soon to fade, so he will pull back. Mid control for Aurora, dropping util. Trying to get these oppers off this crossfire so that they can open connector. 910's got to be cautious about ramp, and the fight's right there. You see the jiggle.
He has Palace. They have Palace pushed all the way to the end of the choke point. Open line here for 910.
Hit it.
Jota's going back. And 910 coming forward. That's interesting. Well, low HP with that shoulder.
And Zinio's got this one in the bag. And now suddenly Aurora are going to feel like they lost one side of this. The collateral comes through, but surely Santeras can't give us a 1v5. That Jota ace is the individual heroic of Mirage so far, and Mzinho's gonna make sure it stays that way. His push deep into Palace and the comeback to the site locks in a 9th for the Mongols. This is suddenly 3 rounds from overtime.
They didn't win enough CT rounds. There's one thing they could have improved. It was CT side.
If this goes to overtime and Mongols' entire T side, that one round, the 12th round, is a blitz 1v3.
1v3. One clutch they couldn't deny. And an otherwise perfect start.
Big if. You know, and we can sit here and talk about the hypotheticals. Aurora could shut us up. Close this game right now.
If they can't because, well, we never stop talking, but also because they have gotten to the dignified scoreline of 9 rounds. You know, this does weigh on Aurora a little bit more for the next map. They already had Santeras yelling and frustration, and you had the Major pinching his nose and timeouts getting called. They have had like a small
mental crisis,
mental victory here. if you're the Mongols. So
Aurora hanging on for dear life. There's nothing to say that the Mongols can't make a mistake, get hit by a hiccup, and lose to a Mac 10 rush on B. Aurora gave themselves so many chances to close this map. Pack of players into the apartments, try to best Techno. He'll hold 2. Opera in the position for a multi, and supported here by Blitz. All's good, Mongols.
Oof.
Double digits, and only 2 left to overtime.
And is this actually the only point in the game that a Mongols player can have a positive KD? Is Blitz 1 away from doing that?
Yeah. Well, no. We've got Mzinho 17-16 already.
Oh, okay. I wonder when that happened. That's crazy. If Mongols win this map, this rivalry is done.
Dude, Joda.
Oh.
What a tale of 2 halves with Joda. I mean, can apply that to all of Aurora, but he was such a driving force in that A defense.
Hey, you can apply it to all the Mongols too. It's just that they're playing the CT half second.
Yeah, fair.
So.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
You can apply it to life. Life draining from Aurora, round by round. And a deep angle for 910. They've never seen this op posted up on this ramp like this. But he misses his chance to strike down the first one. Mzinho won't make the same mistake. That's Woxic removed. Highest performing player for Aurora in the dirt. 910 falling back, catches 1, jump up in the depths of sight. Flashbang's making it a little awkward, but he's going to try to continue to pressure them as they cross over from Tetris. Does this sandwich position catch the defense off guard?
Where's the Palace lurk?
Blitz has got it. Palace a little late to the party. Xanterra's just the 1. Wickadia, a kill deep, 3 more needed. Bomb on his back, and he falls into sandwich. They know exactly where he is. They jump on him, and the knife's out. Spit in the face, salt in the wound. 24 rounds of action.
All the way back. 13-11 on Dust 2, pulling out the B-side hit once again. The Blitz lurk to make it the saltiest possible way to lose. Aurora respond with an 11-1 CT side. Everyone on 16K, grills in their teeth, diamond chains on, only for the entire run back to take place. And we're seeing the Colgate Whites on the Mongols as they're here in round 24.
B tier my ass. Unreal. Lockdown of this bomb site, and Aurora are just going to try to slam their heads into it again. There's nothing fancy about this one. They're just going to try to test the hold. No forward positioning from 910. Support already out from jungle. A wealth of utility getting dropped on top of that ramp, bombarding Aurora on the approach. No vision needed. 910 has locked this in with Mzinho by his side. It's a late arrival from Xanterra's as he remains out of Palace. We get that climb up onto triple. Madger trying to drag them back into this, trying to avoid that dreaded overtime with egg on their face. A minute to slow down this round.
Yeah, there's still time to make mistakes. All they need is 1 round. Senzu, he can have everything or throw this away. Spots one as they come back to check this. Up.
And that last player crawls forward. Madger from the bottom of the scoreboard. Galil to chase down Senzu. Playing with him. Pistol out. World-class comeback.
Look at Mara. I can't believe it. They actually did it. They actually one clutch from Blitz. And they made the entire comeback. The last round of the first half.
The last man standing after an entirely flat T-side. The last man standing. They were 9 kills in total, 8 rounds into that half.
Just, they got to work on their CT sides, man. There's got to be something that you can buy when you have 16K that just gets you a free round or something. Like, there. Oh my God.
Also, I'm sorry.
This, right, look at this.
That knife kill in Sandwich, round 23.
That could have been a no-scope. It was a knife kill in Sandwich. That's how they play, right? That's how they play.
And I mean, overtime is anybody's game. That's the point. But tell me that the Mongols aren't riding a high that money can't buy. That's a nasty amount of elbow grease to get this game out of regulation, and that same triple nade setup. Oh. This time destined for Xantares, but he pushed beyond the point of where the nades land.
Yeah, they're speeding this one up. Maybe that's the thing they need. I'll tell you right now, if Aurora win the first round in OT, this was a choke. That's the only way I'll put it. Chip damage all over the place. 40 in total here for Xantares as he comes up. Oh, and spotted. Turned his head to the side for 1 second. Enough info for 910. How much were they putting into that lurk?
Madger's got this deep positioning.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. It's possible that they aren't going to be prepared for this, but...
Nah, Techno's...
He's watching, yeah.
It, right? So it's already on his mind.
But this is still, Madger's... He can kind of play this how he wants, because...
I think late play be the thorn in the side once the apartments players draw all the attention.
They don't go B, right? So let's see it. They saved it for an eco once.
Flash is coming over. Oh, Madger posts up on the bricks. Worst possible play of all his options.
What did Senzu just shoot at? Nothing.
Oh, collateral!
Never mind. Everything.
Jota down to 79 as he hits the ground. His corpse hits the dirt. And it's not an opening T round. It could just be another bust. What if the Mongols run this back and then sweep OT as well?
You see it correctly. Mongols have a lead in this game.
Down 11-1. An in-game leader, 1v3. All they had to work with. All the belief they were afforded. But these are major finalists. Yep. And that is going to give a new glow to the Mongols for the rest of 2025. We always talk about how grueling comebacks and deep tournament runs turn you into a different beast. And this is a matchup that goes down at the quarterfinals so many times. The fourth quarterfinals between the Mongols and Aurora this year.
The upper push, the fast mid control. It's coming into A, however. 910 out of Palace, but Xantares' lurks have been quite slow, I'll say.
Franco's forward. Senzu not going to get away from that one.
But this could still be a bait. We'll see what they do with the bomb right now. CTs.
Bad nade. Flash lets him know. Backdoor challenge gets denied. Jota trying to be that difference maker. And we didn't talk about him all T side in regulation.
Bomb. It's got to get away. But it can only get away to A.
Oh no, it's pinched from both ends. The challenge into underpass. Oh. And on top of that, 910 gets his.
It's going to be the saltiest loss of the year, man. It's going to be the absolute most awful, bitter end.
Jota trying to recover. Again, he already has an ace in his back pocket this map. And as he goes trucking towards middle to try to recover this bomb, he has no idea where they are. Sitting down in tunnels, Mzinho strikes, and the Mongols pull off a round that they have no business winning.
I feel real bad. I feel real bad, man. That's just, to have that much hope get taken away, so many chances. And for the fashion and wit, the knife kill round 23. The one clutch they knew that they were upset about, even like 2 rounds into the second half, they could kind of precipitate a comeback happening for the nightmare to become a reality live in front of everybody. After they got 13-11 on Dust 2. After the Mongols arguably made way more mistakes than they did on that map. For there still to be a chance to lose in 2. After they picked the Mongols to play in playoffs.
You've designed your own destruction, so it seems. Wild entry path down for Jota. Challenge off the bench. He hit that op shot. You've got a man advantage now, Aurora, which means you've got a chance. You've got an opening. Hard fought, but you're here. Off on the angle. Great cover from Woxic. Joda finding some impact late in overtime. Final round of this T side. Final player up in Techno 4K. Catches the fight top palace. Keeps it clean with 100 HP still to work. And a smoke's going to cause a bit of frantic action as it separates what's left of this. But Woxic has had enough. Do Aurora have enough with just one?
It's not a total wipeout here in overtime, at least. If it was, this game's a wrap. But for now, it's not. Here's a chance, a lifeline, and it was a 4v5 comeback as well. Bit of a messy spray here coming in under balcony. Something like that could have sealed it. Looks like Woxic saved it. The only thing that solves all their problems is winning. And as it stands, there's still a chance. They get a chance to show us that CT side again. What have Mongols learned? Two ops and an AUG. They're not playing around. We did have a very low rotation CT side on Dust 2 from Aurora. They really relied on their 2-3 split. Didn't really give a lot of info back. Played for the late round. Mongols eventually started winning because of that. But the strongest version of that round is one with these long-range guns. You can sit back a bit more. You don't have to stack things quite as much. You aren't going to be as good on retakes, but you'll have very good site defenses. Xanteris kind of has his guard down, but sure. Oh my gosh, he's not clearing that.
Executed.
You can't make a mistake like that right now. You just can't.
He just did. And luckily for the recovery of Aurora, Woxic gets his on blitz. Wicadia drops the ball, and as he falls back into the site, the nade at least will get the job done, but the trade's right there. AUG bested.
The flank.
Senzu slices up the catwalk at the perfect moment. And a deep nade into the site will stop the bomb momentarily.
Yeah, this is where it gets harder.
Cat flank comes through, player in this corner. Joda's got him. And that op over towards Market. A fresh mag for Joda as he tries to test the approach. Flash out with that op still trained back towards Market. Now he's stuck in this corner. Nowhere to run for Joda. He's got to push it forward. And as he gets closer,
he's still jiggling.
The op missed only once. Woxic's trade frag not there. And so Mongols lock it in. 15 on the board. Trades are fantastic.
Oh, the first time you see nervousness out of Jota. Why on earth are you jiggling that? You just baited the op shot out. Go and have the kill. He could have got swung 2 times from someone else on the site. He had more chances than he realized. The only way for him to get back on cycle was that chance.
No! Instas! Blitz!
What is that spray transfer?
Snaps necks as he walks that out. Insta replay on the instant kills. Aurora's hopes of tying up this head-to-head in 2025 seemingly go up in flames. What was an 11-1 CT side ends up not being enough. Unless this 2v4 miraculously comes together, but backs turned towards top mid, and Wicadia, in a desperate act to somehow get into this B site, seems impossible. But he is hitting clean shots, and a clean hop too, quickly into catwalk. And again, you've got this player pinned against the wall, but now they know he's already on this bomb site. And as that bomb ticks, they will sit back and wait for his inevitable arrival. Blitz and that 1v3 in the first half have allowed for major grand finalists to shock us yet again, this time by nature of a comeback. Flash off of the wall, time is of the essence, and they're not giving him anything. Minimize mistakes. The Maltese seas, notoriously salty, but who knew? It's because of Turkish tears.
That's just unreal. The Mongols so nonchalant about it. You can see the salt building up. That's what the bounty's all about. picking a team that you want to beat and losing, not willing to risk